Is that them?
Yeah, we gotta go fast.
Ready, go. Go.
Whoa! Click in. Oh shit!
So we gotta go pick up Tim. I mean, does anybody have a reading on him yet? Did you get the map? All right. All right. That's just as I anticipated. It's gonna be right over in here somewhere. Jason, can you hear me? Jason?
We're gonna have to wait till we get out of the little.
Is it bad reception
right here?
Okay. How long has he been out here, Aaron?
3 days.
When was this drop?
3 days or more.
3 or more? Wow, it's been since Wednesday. I hope he slept. Nice. Good luck. There you go. All right, we got him.
Yeah.
Sorry, Relay. You all right?
These are some of the shortest songs, like lengthwise, as far as like the history, the band and like songwriting and stuff. But so that was like a big challenge for me to like try to like really arrive upon these big points and make these songs like start, exist and then finish in a short amount of time. I don't know, it's kind of neat when you're making songs, you have no idea where it's going, and next thing you know, you're going, well, this is where it needs to stop, this is where it needs to end. And if for some reason they all ended somewhere between like 3.5 minutes and 4 minutes, which is really, really fucking weird for me, because I always kind of need a long time to get the idea to develop and blah blah blah.
Totally, it took a long time for us to even get to the point where we could begin work on it. I think once again we did what we said we wouldn't do, and we toured the last record, for a really, really, really long time, even longer than we had the first one. There was a lot of lack of motivation, and when we got done touring for that record, so that coupled with doing some really, really serious upgrades to the studio, it took probably 8 or 9 months before we had even begun laying tracks.
Half of it, Matt, is behind there. Half of the time spent in this room is plugging those in.
Shit, son.
We can both work on it. Those are the parts.
I'll try the purple ones.
It's like wiring up the studio.
Should be just touching together.
So, Aaron, do you have any personal favorites right now out of the new tracks?
Okay, hold on.
Is it working?
I guess.
Well, I'm trying. It's wire. It's the gas wire.
Apparently it's not the purple and the green stripe one. It's not the green stripe.
Huh?
Oh,
Yeah.
you do it from there.
Yeah. You guys know how to start these?
You can't get it started. What's that?
You can't get it started. Choke it. Kevin, is it the purple wire or the green striped one? You gotta pull the choke.
I like the group who couldn't say.
That's a really good one. It's a little bit more lyrical.
I also like the final push to the sun.
The Warming Sun and the Go and the Go For It.
Yeah,
Probably
that's
my two favorites right now. But they always change. I don't know.
Yeah, I think there's a couple of them probably for me. The Warming Sun. Yeah, that's a pretty big highlight for me, and I think is what we had. Those would be my two favorites at the moment. The Warming Sun seems to. It's like the summation of Jason's epic songwriting ability, but again, like he was saying, it's a lot more compact. It's a lot more compact version of our former epicosity.
I like the one that let's go and let's get out of here, and I'm ready to leave are my three favorite ones, I think. Especially like the one I'm ready. Let's get.
I'm ready to get in the car.
Basically, yeah.
I mean, there's like super simple music that you're affected by, and there's it can be like really complicated music that you're affected by, and like I really try to just get into the idea of like the song pretty much dictates its own life, and if it wants to be simple, then it has to be simple, and if it wants a bunch of bells and whistles and trickery and stuff, then I try to see that happens. It's never a a matter of competition and keeping up or whatever. It's I don't know. I just want to go out with Molly Shannon.
Oh man. You pop the trigger. Yeah, just put it in front of you.
That's why he gets picked the big bus.
That's why he's the driver.
Someone give me a hand with this transmission, please.
No.
That might be the wrong one.
That's not ours.
That might be the wrong one.
Man, it sounds so corny, but it's I really come at it from the approach of like painting, and it's just, you know, there's certain sounds, it's just textures and like and layers and stuff, and certain sounds lend to creating certain moods or just, I don't know, shit.
Yeah, and they fucking did leave supplies, Kevin.
You know what?
Are they inside there?
They weren't supposed to. Is it secure? Hey, can you get a carbon reading on that?
Stop it! Fuck!
These guys just don't fucking want me.
What?
Turn the camera off. Turn the camera off.
Okay, it's off. It's off.
The best part of like having your own studio is that you can kind of be on autopilot. You know, you can kind of just, you don't have to have all your pistons, you know, burning in the name of, you know, getting the, you know, making the song work. And it's just like driving. Now, most of the time people are driving and they're just, well, not like this driving, but most of the time when you're driving, you're just, your brain's on autopilot. And the thing is, if you have your own studio and you get to know your equipment really good, then you can just sort of remove yourself and still be, I mean, literally, I spent a lot of time like super drunk or like super high on whatever, like throughout the recording of this album, and it was only possible because I knew the equipment so well. And sometimes that's what it took for me to get out of my brain just enough to where, I wasn't really there. I was just kind of outside of myself. But I don't think that can be achieved when you're in like a stressful kind of studio situation. You're trying to come up with ideas on the fly.
We finished the record while we were both hammered at about midnight on a Saturday night. It was completely unexpected. And it was kind of unceremonious, which is always sort of the case with the end of the record. You can't wait for this big, like 4th of July fireworks display, and then it just winds up being one of those little pasty snakes.
I think I found it. Is it this?
Fuel filter?
This is the first time that there's ever been anybody who's been outside of the band who has helped a little bit. This guy named Lucky actually assisted with the engineering, and I think Jason had in mind that he didn't have to be so completely 100% mindful of not only the engineering but the mixing. Yeah, we do like to skateboard a lot. The amount we do it, I think, varies with injuries and the amount of touring that we're doing, but yeah, it's important to us.
And you guys put out your own Grandaddy board?
Yeah, we put out 2 of them actually. It's something that we would like to do a little bit more often. It's fun art projects, and the people at Deluxe help us make them. We bring our skateboards on tour, and we bring our bicycles on tour, and a fully self-contained cooking rig. Coleman 2-burner camping stove, barbecue, cooking oils and spices and everything. They actually have their designated cases. It's as critical as any of the musical equipment. So then we set up big cookouts outside of the venue. All those three things are sanity maintainers on tour.
The K's in place where the seems to be. It seems that I'm seasoned to be.
So we're in a new theme now. We're gonna kick the shit out of the band. Try to take it to the next level.
So I was just wondering, Jason, what is the secret to
Sorry.
That's okay. What's the secret to songwriting?
Secret to songwriting. You know what? I normally dread this question, but for the first time, I think, in my life, I finally have an answer for it. And it took me a long time to get to that point. You know, there's just, I don't know, there's, you know, clouds and, you know, just, you know, weather, you know, the elements and the emotions and, you know, all of that finally kind of hit me, and whatever the case was, I ended up arriving upon my answer for that question. And I would have to say that the secret to songwriting is... Oh no! You all right?
No, get out! Yeah, I'm fine.
I think we're all right.
You gotta have some because it smells like beer. Then they're gonna go, where's all the beer then?
We were coming this way, and just something ran out right there and kind of pricked to the side, and that was it.
Somebody's really gonna pay.
Oh man.
Keith, I'm gonna go with Keith and call this emergency roadside assistance.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. Thanks.